Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and welcome to the Film and TV channel. A little bit of a special today. I always have a dip into BBC iPlayer. I'm just having a look at some of the classic films that are still on there that are hidden. You don't tend to see them on the main menu pages. You have to search for these things. So we'll have a look at some 30s films, some film classics. I've put it into two parts because there's 10 films. So I'm going to do part one, cover 5 of the films that are well worth a watch. And if you check out BBC iPlayer and do a search for them, or go on to the A to Z link to find these, because they say you won't stumble across them normally on the main pages, so it's always worth having a good look around the BBC iPlayer. There's lots of stuff hidden on there, and I did a thing quite a few months ago on it. Obviously all this stuff that's well worth a watch that you just don't see. Anyway, so join me for that. Please, if you're new to the channel, please push that subscribe button, push the bell notification so these vlogs are coming out. On the screen you'll see some links to Facebook and Twitter, and also my little website movieGameNostalgia.com if you can have a look at that. And of course, if you check the playlist, you'll see stuff on my football team Manchester City as well. If that's any interest, or you know someone who might be interested, please point them in my direction. All comments very, very welcome on these classic films. As I say, I'm a big film fan, as you know, new and old, so it's great. I've watched a couple of these again already while I've been doing various things, so they're great to watch some of these. So please, any comments you want to make, and if you got a little chance, just give us a thumbs up as well if you like what we try and do. I try and inform and entertain as best I can. Right, on to these 30s films. The first 5 today in this part 1 of this look at some classic movies from the 30s. And the first one I look at is A Damsel in Distress from 1937, an English-themed Hollywood musical comedy film starring Fred Astaire, Joan Fontaine, George Burns and Gracie Allen. Yeah, there's a theme of Fred Astaire, and Ginger Rogers will appear in a bit as well, but not in this one. Lady Alice Mash Morton must marry soon, the poor thing. The staff of Totney Castle have laid bets on who she'll choose. A bit mean, isn't it, from the 1930s, with young Albert wagering on Mr. X after Alice goes to London to meet a beau, bumping into dancer Jerry Halliday instead. She is restricted to the castle to curb her scandalous behaviour. Albert then summons Jerry to Alice's aid in order to protect his investment. Yeah, when Fred Astaire learnt that Gracie Allen was nervous about dancing with him on stage, he reportedly made a point of tripping and falling in front of her. What a gentleman. The first day on the set to put her at ease even. Yeah, Internet Movie Database is getting a rating of 6.8 out of 10, so it's not too bad. It's say all these have got good ratings on the Internet Movie Database, but have a watch if you get that chance. A Damsel in Distress from 1937. And the next one, a bit more adventurous, this one, A Farewell to Arms, done in 1932, 80 minutes, a war romantic drama, directed by Frank Borzage and starring, of course, Ellen Hayes, Gary Cooper and Adolphe Menjou, based on the 1929 semi-autobiographical novel A Farewell to Arms by, of course, Ernest Hemingway. An American ambulance driver and an English nurse fall in love in Italy during World War I. Of course they do. Ernest Hemingway hated this interpretation of his novel. He wasn't overly impressed. The fans, the watchers, liked it a bit more, as he felt it was overly romantic. Oh dear. That didn't stop him, however, from becoming lifelong friends with Gary Cooper, whom he met several years later. In fact, it was Hemingway who insists Cooper be cast in the lead of the adaptation of his novel For Whom the Bell Tolls. I think he liked that a lot more. That was put together in 1943. Internet Movie Database, yes, 6.5 out of 10. So again, not fantastic, but not a bad little rating, and a good film. If it is a bit too slushy, who cares? And the next one, Anne of Green Gables. Yeah, there was a follow-up to this, but this is the original Anne of Green Gables, 1935. All these have had sort of remakes over time, most of these films, obviously, but there was an actual sequel to Anne of Green Gables, and I can't remember the name of it just offhand, but I think that's on the BBC iPlayer as well, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. 1935, a family comedy drama, 78 minutes, based upon the 1908 novel Anne of Green Gables by Lucy Maud Montgomery, of course. Dawn O'Day, who portrayed the title character in the film, changed her stage name to Anne Shirley, which she was billed as for this and all subsequent roles. The film was a surprise hit, becoming one of 4 top-grossing films for RKO that year. A romantic teenage girl is adopted by a pair of elderly siblings in the turn-of-century Canada. Yes, it's a good old-fashioned family drama. Tom Brown stars as Gilbert Blythe, Helen Wesley as Marilla Cuthbert, and O.P. Heggie as well as Matthew Cuthbert. Internet Movie Database, yes, 7 out of 10, so a nice solid score for that one. And the next one, 83 minutes, this one, Carefree it's called. Of course, we're going back to Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers in this, a 1938 romantic comedy musical. This is the shortest of Astaire Rogers films, featuring only 4 musical numbers. Carefree is often remembered as a film in which Astaire and Rogers shared a long on-screen kiss, how dare they, at the conclusion of their dance to I Used to Be Colourblind. All previous kisses have been either quick pecks or simply implied. There you go, so a good snog, so it's got to be worth watching just for that, isn't it? It's about a psychiatrist falls in love with the woman he's supposed to be nudging into marriage with someone else. Well, it's going to happen, isn't it? Internet Movie Database, 7 out of 10. And the next one, yeah, it was a bit of a funny one. It was actually a musical, Gay Divorce, but they didn't like the title of that. So it's either, you can actually see the film, boxes of the film, DVDs, etc., either the Gay Divorcee or the Gay Divorce. It depends on what you get. And obviously it's a musical with lyrics by Cole Porter originally. And it was Fred Astaire's last Broadway show, yeah, featured the hit song Night and Day, in which Astaire danced with co-star Claire Lucci. And it was made, of course, into this musical film, The Gay Divorcee or The Gay Divorce, by RKO in 1934. And again stars Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, who have a bit of a musical comedy theme to that with these 30 films, and renamed The Gay Divorcee. But of course, as I said, thumbnails still show The Gay Divorce. And it's about a woman who thinks flirting, 107 minutes long, a woman who thinks flirting with a man is a flirting man is a co-respondent her lawyer has hired to expedite her divorce. Some interesting plot lines on these older films, isn't there? The musical number, The Continental, lasts 17 and a half minutes, the longest number ever in a musical, until Gene Kelly's 18 and a half minute. It always has to go better, Gene Kelly, didn't it? 18 and a half minute ballet at the end of An American in Paris in 1951. It's also the longest musical number in all of Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers films together. So that's The Continental, 17 and a half minutes. So there you go. Internet Movie Database, 7.5 out of 10. So that's the first 5. I'll look at another 5 in part 2 of this. So all these are well worth a watch. If you said to me, right, you could just watch one of these again, you can't watch any more, just the one, I'd have to say, well, I've watched a couple of them already. But yeah, Damsel in Distress, okay. Farewell to Arms, Anna Green Gables, yeah, not bad. Carefree, yeah, it's okay. And Gay Divorce, I'd watch Gay Divorce actually, just to 107 minutes, and say just to actually Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, and that particular ending to the film with the 17 and a half minute sequence with The Continental. I mean, some fantastic routines in that one. Anyway, there you go. Let me know anyway what you think of these. Do you watch a lot of these old films like I do? I love maybe new films, but I do like to dip into the old films every now and then. But please, there will be a part 2 to this, and having a look at another 5 of the 30s, including a big angry ape as well from the 1930s. I wonder if you can guess what that one is. Anyway. Thanks for watching. What you're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Till we meet here again on the Film and TV channel, or perhaps have a flit across, have a look at my football channel. I only ask one thing of you. Please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.